Welcome back to Saca las Bonitas podcast. My name is Brujo, and I'm here with my sister, who's also my co-host,
Erica Tinez.
And we are missing our brother Afiliado today. He had a tattoo to do today, and then also the weather's been pretty crazy, so we didn't want him driving all the way across town in this crazy old weather, man.
Yeah, if you're from Sac, you know there's tornado warnings, there's flood warnings, so yeah, it's best that he stays home.
Yeah, there's a lot of flooded streets. I went to Walmart this morning, and I saw hella flooded streets. And even our street right here, if you guys know where we live, the stop sign right here on the corner, it was already flooded this morning.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. I went to Pollo Loco.
Oh, yeah.
When I was driving, I was like, oh, that's going to suck when I come back. Because it was like, to turn into our street, we have to hit that corner, and that corner was flooded.
Yeah. So coming from the main street, to turn right onto our street.
Yeah.
That whole, basically almost the whole damn intersection was flooded.
Yeah.
So be safe out there, you guys. If you're from Sac, be safe out there. The rain's pretty bad. So today's January 4th. It's the first episode of the year.
Woo,
it's the first episode of shout out us. It's the first episode of 2026. So today is gonna be a Dia de los Reyes. So I was gonna ask you, do you have any memories of gifts that you received on Dia de los Reyes that you remember that stood out?
Yes. So I think we only celebrated like once or twice when we were super little, and we were celebrate our New Year or like Christmas in Mexico, to be exact, in Michoacan. And what I remember one time is that the gifts, they put it in your shoe. Mm-hmm. So my mom or whoever was putting it in Los Reyes Magos, it was pencils. Monedas, like money. And I think it was like chicles. I can't remember verbatim like exactly what it was, but I know it was like little things, but it was like, it was cute.
Oh, tight. Mm-hmm. So basically, for those that don't know what El Dia de los Reyes is, it's basically like Christmas, but for Mexico.
Yeah.
So only certain Latino countries celebrate it. I don't know exactly which ones, but I know for sure Mexico, because that's where we learned it from. But yeah, so basically, the kids are told to leave their shoe out on January 5th at night. They leave it outside, or they leave it in a certain spot in the house. And then in the morning when they wake up, it's full of the shoe is full of gifts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Usually they're not wrapped. You know how here we do, we wrap Christmas presents. But over there, they don't wrap them. They just, stuff the shoe.
Yeah.
So for me, the gift that stands out the most on Dia de los Reyes was one of those little guns that shoots out the little thing that it has like a suction thing that it like sticks to the window. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like a plunger. Like little kids have these little guns and like you shoot it and it'll stick to the wall. Like not to the wall, but like to the window. Mm-hmm. So that was the one that sticks out to me the most. And then the luchadores from Lucha Libre. Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, and it was that was when I was, I think, probably like 3 or 4.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, a
and
long
you
time.
Still remember? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I cannot remember.
Yeah, I still remember because you know how you said it's like we only celebrate a few times.
Yeah.
Just because over here people don't celebrate it as much. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the one of the few times it was over there too.
Yeah, and it's memorable because 9 times out of 10 we probably didn't have anything in our shoes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was meaningful and yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times I didn't even have a shoe.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's still early.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding.
We're not gonna start with the sad stuff yet. But
everybody got lugs but me. Okay.
I know, right? We're gonna have to take his off of him and give him to you. But I was gonna say we got my little son right here today. My little son right here.
Shout out nephew.
Shout out. He normally we would have him here before on previous episodes like a long time ago. Remember?
Yeah.
But then I started feeling like it was way too cluttered on here, so I started taking dolls off and characters off. Yeah. So we took him off for a bit. But he's back. He's back.
Dude, and let us know which one's your favorite. Like, if you peep game on the table, he take things off and put them on and takes them out. So let us know which one's your favorite to see.
Yeah, I noticed that there's another character on the table today.
Yep.
Who would that be? Yeah. So we also got the little
one that's like this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully his hand doesn't show up too much on the camera because we don't want to get the video taken down.
Yeah. Dude, what does he remind you of? Those that a middle finger up and the gun. Victor would be like Fernie.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. I didn't want to say it on the pod. I didn't want to say it on. But yeah, it does.
Yeah. Anyways.
But no, what I was gonna say about that one though, that one too. We used to have him on here. Back a few episodes back. But same thing. He that's a huge freaking toy. This one's a huge toy. Then we got the one back here, the one that we always have back here, the OG one. The one that was made by DZ Dolls. Shout out DZ Dolls. But yeah, so yeah, that's true. How Erika said, every episode we remove a character, we bring back a character. Sometimes we leave the same character for a long time, like the one back there. That's why today we're like, okay, we can cover them up a little bit.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to ask you is, how has your 2026 been so far?
Dude, so far it's been great. Work has been super chill. The only downside is that I am getting a little sick. So if I sound a little like snotty, it's because of that. But so far so good. Everything's been cool. The girls go back to school tomorrow, so it's been chill having them. So
Yeah.
we're off to a good start.
Yeah, me too, man. I feel like I'm getting sick too.
Yeah.
But hopefully we don't get fully sick.
And we like passed all the celebrations, so that's good. That
Yeah.
we were sick during like Christmas or New Year's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and hopefully by the next episode we'll both be feeling pretty cool too. And I think even if Filiado said he wasn't feeling too good either.
Yeah. Also, you know what we haven't done? We have not shouted out the Zodiac season.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We have not.
So right now we're in Capricorn season.
Yeah, and it's almost over.
Yeah, I know. We're like halfway there. We're like halfway to what's the next one? Aquarius. So shout out all the Capricorns. That's the first shout out of 2026. That's the first when the year starts. That's the first sign.
Yeah.
That's the last sign and the first sign.
That's so dope.
Yeah. So shout out all the Capricorns out there watching us, supporting us.
Yeah.
Me, my New Year's been pretty good, but I have noticed that we've been inspiring a lot of people to start podcasts.
You know what? I've noticed that too.
Yeah. So I just want to say, shout out everybody who's planning on starting the podcast in 2026. We're rooting for you guys. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to see it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's very addicting.
Super addicting.
Yeah, but overall, it's pretty fun. What would you say?
For me, it is at least because
Yeah.
I mean, I show up. I show up. That's all I'm here. We kind of go over the topics, but he's the one that is investing in this. He's the one that's making the topics. So editing, the lighting, everything that goes into podcasting, it's all on him. So shout out you for that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's pretty fun, but I'm sure for him it's a little stressful. But it's worth it because of y'all.
Yes, we do it for you guys. Yeah, like right now, even though it's cold and it's raining outside, I'm sweating because I had to set everything up before we started.
And that was just in my vanity.
Yeah, she's over there chilling. Or they're just chillaxing.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go get a beatbox.
Yeah, but you know it's crazy because like a lot of people, they see a podcast or they hear podcasts and they don't realize all the hard work that goes into it. Yeah. So it's actually a lot of work behind the scenes, especially for the person who's, how she said, setting everything up and, supplying all the equipment and everything. Man, one, it's expensive, and then two, it's just very time consuming.
Yeah.
And then also the editing is very time consuming. But yeah, man, I can't wait to check out these new podcasts that are coming up in 2026. I'm definitely gonna have to subscribe as soon as y'all start posting. Let us know. We'll subscribe, and then also don't forget to shout out our podcast too. Me personally, I know a lot of people that watch the podcast, and they'll be like, "Hey, I saw the episode where you talked about this and this and this and this," but then the podcast only has like one like, and I'm like, okay, so you saw it and everything, but you didn't like it. But yeah, so shout out to everybody who does like our episodes and who does shout us out.
Yeah, we're super grateful for you guys because as a content creator, as a podcaster, you would understand how far a comment goes, how far a like goes, and how far a share goes. Subscribing, all of that, it's super meaningful, and it's we see you guys.
Yeah.
So it is a little not frustrating. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but when they're like, "Oh my God, I saw your podcast and I heard you this and shout out you," and I'm like, "Oh, maybe they left a comment," and then they're like, "Well, that's cool. At least they watched," But it's like it's and we're not. We appreciate everything, the watch, the views and all that. But it like I said, it goes a long way when you comment and take the time to like let us know through there, so you can kind of encourage other people to watch us too.
Yeah, because one thing I noticed, I'll get like 10 messages, private messages on my IG, like, "Hey, I just saw your last episode. It was hella funny." Then I'm like, "Oh, cool. That's like 10 likes." I go to my YouTube. It's only 1 like or 2 likes. So I'm like, yeah, okay, like. So the views and the likes don't always translate to everybody who's watching it,
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
And you know what's even more funny? Not funny, but a lot of people that show us love, like by letting us know through private messages that they see us, they're quick to like shout out like Taylor Swift when she's
Yeah.
getting married. They're quick to like shout out, artists that have no idea who they are. And then, there's people like us that they actually know us in person or even family members. And then they watch our stuff, but they're like oblivious to like wanting to leave a comment or kind of seeing like it's that how significant it means.
Yeah.
Or it is to do that or to show love.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've definitely noticed that. Like I said, I'm definitely taking note of that. And like I said, we know personally that we've inspired a lot of podcasts. So it's like that's when people are watching is when they start to do exactly what you're doing. They act like they don't see what you're doing, but then the next thing you know, they're doing the same thing. And it's like, I wonder where you got that idea from.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So so we definitely appreciate those of you that do support. Because if the podcast don't make it, then I'm gonna have to start selling chorizo, and like what I'm saying. I don't think I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of diseases out there, so I don't want to resort to doing that.
Right.
But seriously, we do support. I mean, we do appreciate everybody who supports and everything, man.
And shout out my homegirl Marissa that left a comment about bumping Lady Teardrop. I think it was 2 episodes ago. I see you, homegirl. Thank you for watching. That's awesome. I love this. When you guys leave comments, I love to show you love back. I'm on there or him, and it's like we acknowledge you guys, and because it's like I said, it's very meaningful. Yes,
I'm actually glad you brought that one up because that goes back to how we've said that a lot of times the people who we don't expect, they're the ones that are supporting, they're the ones that are watching. Because like her, when I saw the comment, I run the YouTube and everything, so I see the comments first, and then I tell her, or she'll see the comment too, but like I get the notification. So and if I know that like, okay, she's at work or whatever, then I'll text her like, hey, your friend commented on there, blah, blah. But yeah, so when we both saw that comment, we're like, dude, that's hella cool. Like she was mentioning, old memories and stuff that like only her and Eddie guy right here would know,
Yeah.
Only her and Teardrop would know, you know what I mean? So and then their other friend, your other friend, right?
Yeah, Giggles, Diana.
Yeah. So that was hella cool, man.
And it's been years. So to know that she's watching, it means a lot. So shout out you, go home girl.
Yeah, when she says years, she's talking about over a decade. Because it was like your high school years, right?
Yep, high school. So it's like way back when.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was her. And she was leaving comments that only you would know. She was leaving comments that only Lady Teardrop right here would know. So that's when we were both like, what the F? Like, she's really supporting. She really watched the whole episode. Because that was actually towards the end of that episode. I think, right? Like that conversation.
Yep. So that means that she sat through the whole episode.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So who if you're watching it, please let us know. It like brings us so much joy.
Yes. Because a lot of times we'll have like old coworkers or old schoolmates. Like for example, her friend, that they're like, hey, I've been watching your podcast, and we're like, oh damn, okay, like damn, that's hella cool. Because it's like people that we didn't know that they watched it, or like people that we haven't seen in a while,
Yeah, so you guys are super dope, and like I said, thank you for taking the time to comment. It brought me back. It took me like back to the Concord days, the kickback days. Like if you know what I'm talking about because you've seen the comment, I was like, what? I had completely forgot about that memory. Yeah, so shout out you.
Yeah, because even when I saw the comment, I was like, what? Like it even took me like I wasn't there in the moment, but it even brought back my own memories of Concord and those little areas over there. So shout out Concord, shout out Rio Vista, shout out what's that freeway that runs through there?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I forgot what. There's like a freeway. I don't even want to say like the wrong freeway, but
yeah.
There's a freeway that goes that way.
And it's so funny because like I'll say some stories like, yeah, I used to kick it in Concord, I used to kick it in Woodland, I used to do this and do that, and I feel like a lot of people don't believe me, and then like there's people that like were there with me, and like she's one of them, and she left the car, and I'm like, see, didn't I tell you? And I thought when he saw it, I thought he was gonna be like, girl, when the hell did you go to Concord?
See, but it's because back in those days, we did things and we didn't broadcast it.
Right.
We didn't snitch on ourselves. We just, you did things, and then, what I'm saying? Only the people that were there knew about it. Nowadays, people be telling on themselves on social media.
Dry snitching.
Yeah, just dry snitching. Just telling like, they'll be like, sorry, officer, I didn't do it. Then their song will be like, yeah, her body's in the trunk. Her body's in the trunk. Like, what the? What? This is what we were telling on.
Dude, like, sign on the dotted line. At this point.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that might as well be a written confession.
Dude.
But man. But yeah, no, so that was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool. And the best part of all that is that when we saw her comment, it was during like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, one of those. So it was like, it even added to our holiday experience. We're siblings and we're roommates also. So we all hung out at our spot here. So when we're reading those comments, it was here at the house.
Yeah.
When like all our family's there. So those comments that her friend left from years ago added to our Thanksgiving experience.
Yeah. And then reevaluating our podcast and being like, dude, this is why we do it. You know, it's like, who would have thought that she was watching?
Yeah.
You know, who would have thought? I think about her all the time, but it's like, who would have thought that she was watching? And it's just like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'll also shout out the YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
Shout out the YouTube algorithm for showing our peoples from back in the day, the old videos, our videos and stuff, you know. But yeah, that was pretty tight, man. That was pretty tight. Shoot, you know what? One day we might even have her here on the episode.
Hey, if you're down, I'm down.
Yeah,
we can talk about it.
Yeah, she can come through and be like, "Yup, Teardrop did this, Teardrop did start singing." Nah.
And it's crazy because like we had talked about, we were doing my brother Philly wants me to do more music with him.
Yeah.
And she's one of the girls that has witnessed me, seen me in the booth, back in the day.
Yeah.
And she's actually on one of my tracks. Like she's like the ad-libs in the back. Like she's like the background. So it's like I told Danny about it. I was like, dude, she's on one of my songs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it just brought back so much memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, even me, it brought me back memories of, them picking you up. You'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go homegirl, this homegirl, and this homegirl. And like so I like I said, I was even there.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so shout out her. Reading those comments on Thanksgiving added a whole lot to our Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That was just another thing to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, right?
For sure.
Right.
But yeah, so for whoever that's gonna be doing a podcast or be a content creator, whoever inspired you, it's okay to like give them their flowers. It's okay to shout them out. We get on here all the time and we always pay our respects to whoever influenced us. We kind of started this. Me and him bonded over other podcasts that we listened to, Brown Back being one of the huge ones that he put me on. And I'm so grateful that he did because that like changed my entire freaking life. So it's like, even though it's like people that aren't in our city that aren't, it's something that inspired us, something that, one of many. So we always give them their flowers, them, the Platica, other, content creators. So it's okay to always shout out whoever inspired you.
Yeah, that's very true. I agree with that. And also, that reminds me, I want to give a shout out to Ponte Las Pilas podcast because I was supposed to shout them out when I went to the IE because they're actually from the IE. They're from Fontana. They're from different spots of the IE, but one like where the main one when they record at his house, he's from Fontana. So I was supposed to shout them out on that episode because I was in their area, because I was buzzed and having so much fun that I forgot to shout them out on the episode. But I want to say shout out Ponte Las Pilas podcast from the IE because
shout out them.
Yeah, shout out them because their episodes, man, they be having me busting up. It's mostly their podcast is mostly for the guys, because they talk about guy stuff and just dumb stuff. But it's like so entertaining, So
if you know, you know.
Yeah. So definitely, shout that. I want to give them a shout out, give them their flowers. I want to, like I said, how Erika said, we want to give Brown Bag their flowers, La Platica their flowers. So yeah. So whoever we inspire, we hopefully one day they'll give us our flowers.
Yeah, and another one that I also want to shout out to is Cheeseman with Duno.
Oh yeah.
Him and Jakarta doing the one-on-one homie, podcasting, dude. I think it's top tier podcasting. Yeah. It is hilarious. It's funny. They have their little racial moments, but it's all in good spirit. Like shout out them for doing their thing.
Yeah.
I'm like every single episode that he has with Jakarta, I'm watching it.
Yeah. They're hella funny. I'll be listening to it too, man. Like sometimes, like when I'm like doing stuff, like for the business stuff, I'll be listening to them. Or if I have time to watch it, I'm watching it. Dude, hella funny.
Dude, and every time when they're like, oh, we're gonna meet up at Teardrops.
Yeah. That too.
I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. I want to go to Teardrops.
Yeah, that's an inside joke.
It is.
Yeah. Like every time I hear that, I'm like, what? Oh, they talking about my sister? Then I'm watching what they're talking about. They're talking about like a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But it's like they got an inside joke about it, and then we have an inside joke about that. Yeah, man. But definitely, like I said, we are definitely looking forward to all the new podcasts that are going to be coming out in 2026. Yeah. Let me see. So I actually had a topic that I wanted more of like a question, like a kind of like what would you do, right? Okay. So I was scrolling on TikTok the other day. I seen this TikTok. This girl said that a guy invited her on a trip. The guy booked the trip, paid for the trip and everything. Then at the last minute, like 2 days before the trip, he tells her, hey, I was going to ask you, would you be okay with paying for the food and paying for the other stuff while we're on the trip since I paid for the trip? So the girl herself, the one making the TikTok, she was pretty upset about that because she was like, dude, like you invited me and then you waited till the last minute to tell me that. So me, I was like, you know what? This is a good topic. You know, we should talk about it. So if a guy invites you on a trip and then at the very last minute tells you, hey, would you be okay for paying for the food while we're there and then for other stuff while we're there because I paid for the trip? How would you feel about that?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
As someone that books a lot of trips, a lot of hotels, a lot of Airbnbs because we like to travel a lot. Sometimes you get points. Sometimes you get good deals. Sometimes you have rewards. So maybe I would consider like, yes, you shouldn't have waited last minute and maybe talk to me, but prior to booking this, so we can kind of financially be like, okay, am I financially stable right now to be able to cash out, not just for myself but for you, prior to booking. Because when you book it and you're just like, hey, here's, I booked it and I'm thinking I just got to kind of worry about myself. Not so much about you, but kind of about myself. So I wouldn't have had an issue with it, but that would probably be the last time that I would kind of hang out with them just because you should have talked to me prior, not last minute. Con tiempo, you can fix things. You can kind of make something up or like whatever. But if you kind of went out of your way to do that and I kind of not expected, but it would make sense for you to just take care of the whole thing.
Yep.
Right. And then at dinner, I could have offered like, hey, on me, drinks are on me, dinner's on me, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a good answer, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely it makes sense, and I agree with it. One part that I forgot to mention, the girl did say that it was kind of a new relationship. They're still in that 11-11 type.
Hey.
They're still in the process of getting to know each other.
Okay.
So so that could have been considered as a first date, first trip type of thing. It was definitely their first trip together.
Yeah, because I feel like, if we're getting to know each other, right, kind of, I'm not looking at it like socially correct, right, or politically correct. Yeah. I'm looking at it as like, you took the time to book this for us. I feel like that's already kind of stating like, I got it taken care of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I hella agree with that. Me as a guy, most guys, we know this, but apparently not. Apparently, according to this girl's TikTok, apparently not all guys know this. If I invite a female on a trip, that's because I know I got everything covered. I'm not inviting no female on no trip if I can't afford the other half, right? So I'm not even gonna mention it, or I'm not even gonna invite her. So definitely, I feel as the guy, I feel that if he invited her, he should have been prepared to take care of all the costs. If once they're there and once she wants to pitch in, that's a whole nother thing. But him being the one to bring it up, him being the one to invite her, him being the one to book it, he should have only done that if he knew that he had it, So I definitely agree with what you're saying, and I agree with what the poster of that TikTok was saying.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's kind of a hit and miss with it because, like I said, politically speaking, right now the dating scene is in fucking it's in hell.
It's crazy, right? Yeah.
But that's very inconsiderate, I think. So coming from a man saying that is a breath of fresh air. Like seriously. Yeah.
See, that's why every time I go to LA, I don't invite no bitches. Because, because it's like, one, it's like, how am I going to bring sand to the beach, right? But, that's a whole nother topic. We do go on trips a lot, So it's like, I wouldn't invite somebody unless I knew I had it, I'm not going to invite them and then at the last minute be like, oh, well, are you okay with paying with that? Like, I'm going to invite them knowing I got everything. Or I might let them know up front, hey, I want to go on this trip and I was thinking of, how would you feel about blah, blah, blah. And then, then you break it down,
Exactly. Communication is key.
Yeah.
I think, have the conversation prior to booking, prior to all that. Because it's like I said, sometimes, what if he was just trying to pull a fast one? Because like I said, you get a lot of points, you get a lot of rewards, and sometimes you get free bookings. So it's like, you don't know the situation. And I would hate to like pay him like he was lying to her about it, but you never know. In this dating scene, in this day and age, you never know.
Yeah. And I could personally attest to the fact that the dating scene is horrible right now because that's why my business is doing so good. Because the dating scene is so effed up That's why my business stays booming. But no, that's true. That's true.
Right. No, dude, like seriously, I'm gonna go back to the podcasting real quick because it just dawned on me. Danny has his vision of Saca las Vueltas podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. He wanted the co-host to be my brother and myself.
Yeah.
He invested in this, right? The trip, quote unquote, the trip. This is the investment. He took care of everything. In the process, I decided that I wanted to invest in the painting. And we brought this up in prior episodes. He didn't expect me to do it. He didn't tell me, hey, you should, or what do you think? It's he took care of it. He had a vision he wanted to do and he went forward with it and took care of everything where me and my brother just show up. So it's just, I'm kind of looking at that as a trip. You booked it, you placed it, so the girl should just show up.
Yep.
Right? She shouldn't have to worry. Now, while on the trip, if she wants to, then that's a different story. But to kind of tell her, hey, by the way, heads up, do you mind?
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, no, yeah. It makes sense.
So hopefully you guys understood my point of view. But yeah, I would not. I would probably do it just because it's already booked, but that would probably be less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what the girl said. So she did say that was the last day she went on a date or trip that she went on with this fool because of that.
Yeah.
So let me see. So I got another, what would you do in this situation? Mm-hmm. So this one's a little crazy. This one, I feel that it could get a little political, but we're just explaining it from the most basic male point of view, female point of view. Whoever's watching this, we want them to learn a little something, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm watching this TikTok, and it was a news report, like in Chicago or some other state, right? So the news said, oh, Dr. So-and-so and his wife passed away today from blah, blah, whatever, right? Whatever the reason was, right? So I'm like, oh, shit, that's sad that this doctor and his wife passed away. So I go to the comments. Everybody's like, oh, may they rest in peace and all this, right? So I see one lady, it was a lady, and she said, wow, so when you pass away as a female, you get reduced to the wife of so-and-so, right? So I'm like, dude, like what? I'm like, me looking at it as somebody who sells love candles, and all my clients are females that are looking for love, that are looking to be a wife. I'm reading her comment like, what, right? So I look at her profile picture. It's her and a guy. So it's her and a guy and a dude. So clearly she likes men. This lady that left the comment, she likes men. Her issue was they don't mention her education or her job. They just mentioned she was the wife of somebody, right? So my question is, when you pass away, do you want to be remembered as the wife of somebody, the husband of somebody, the partner of somebody, or do you want to be remembered by your job occupation? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
It's kind of tricky.
No, yes, I understand. So of course, shout out, the lady that she had all the education. But you know what? With any job, whether you are a scientist or whether you are a janitor, whether you are a teacher, or whether you are a home, I'm a wife or a mother before anything. So I would want to be remembered as the wife or as the mother or as the sister before any job title. I think that's more meaningful than, of course, yeah, you're super educated, but yeah, you're human. You're not you're 9 to 5. You're human. So I would not mind to be remembered as that.
Yes.
At all.
The title of, what you were to that person, that stands out more than your job occupation.
100%, because if you could get fired, you're going to be replaced in 2 weeks. It's like of course, he passed away as well, but of course he can get another wife, right? But you still hold that title of the wife and of the mother or whoever, whatever you were. So yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Than the job title.
Yeah. I agree with that. And you know what's crazy? Me, I'm known for my job title.
Yeah.
I'm known for my, people literally call me Brujo. They don't even know my first name. They just call me Brujo.
True.
Because that's what I do. That's my job title. However, if I was to pass away, right? If me and my significant other pass away, I want to be known as her husband. Like, if they're like, Eva Mendes passed away and her husband, right? I want to be known as her husband. But that's how I see it too.
Yeah.
So to me, it was weird when this person left the comment. And like I said, when I go click on their page, it's her and her dude. So I'm like, that seemed a little bit hypocritical to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you feel that way, then why is your dude in the picture with you? When whoever follows him, all they're looking at is him and his girl, him and his wife, which is you. So that just really caught my attention. And I wanted to get like, your point of view and our viewers' point of view.
Yeah. I feel like, hopefully that was just clickbait, or rage bait. But yeah, like some people just find something to be mad at.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, dude, she passed away. What does all that matter now? Of course, it's beautiful, that you're super educated and all that. But it's like at the end of the day, when she goes to sleep at night, she is laying next to who? Her husband.
Yep.
Not her diploma or her master's or it's her husband.
Yeah, she ain't laying next to her college degree. Her boss, right? She's laying next to the husband. Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
So and my bad if you guys think differently, but that's just I just think that's pretty silly to even be mad about.
How you mentioned right now, wife, sister, brother, right? So it's like if I was to pass away, I don't want them to be like, oh, Erica's co-host passed away. I want them to be like, Erica's brother passed away. To me, the brother title is more important than whatever my co-host title, So that's how I looked at it. Yeah. So that really caught my attention.
That's crazy. I want to see what she looks like now.
Yeah. Well, she was definitely
typical
Caucasian. She was Caucasian. And the dude in her picture was also Caucasian. And her account was private. So I figured she was probably getting a lot of hate for that comment. Yeah. So she went private. But I know if it would have been a Latina, they probably would be like, let everybody know I was the wife, I was the girlfriend, I was the mom, I was the sister, I was the loved one in their life.
Yeah, and when I had time, I got my education and got, my degrees.
Yep.
But first, what? Family.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because seriously, man, like I know it's been said over and over, but it's like your job will replace you like that. So it don't matter your job title.
Nope.
And then also another thing I wanted to add to that was a lot of times people do want to know your job title so they could figure out how much respect to give to you.
Ooh.
So they're like, oh, so you were just a cashier? Oh, okay, so I'm gonna treat you over here. Oh, you were a doctor? Oh, okay, I'm gonna treat you over here. They're trying to figure out how much respect to give you. So that's why they want to know your occupation.
That was a bar. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Me, I would rather be known as my relationship to that person.
Yeah. Off top, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That would even be... that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm already buzzing, so I don't even know if I worded all that correctly.
No, it made sense. It made sense. For me to understand it, yeah, it made sense.
So, I saw that you and the girls were watching Stranger Things the other day.
Yes, dude. Oh, my goodness.
How is that?
I want to say the finale, I want to rate it, okay? From 1 to 10, I would probably give it like a solid 7.
Dang.
I know. And it sucks because I was rooting. I was like, dude, this is going to just like mind blown. This is going to be like action and fighting and blood and gore. No, it was like, dude, take me back to Elle when she was in season 2 or even season 1. But the finale was super, super like, it left you with like so there's more, right? And then what? And I hate that feeling because you're just like, dude, that's it. And it's frustrating. So long story short, this is going to be a huge spoiler if you have not seen it. If you have not seen, do you mind me saying it?
No, go ahead.
Okay, a huge spoiler. So please forward or stop it or whatever. So Elle disappears.
What?
I cannot say that she died. I cannot say that she went to another dimension. I cannot say she went to the upside down. She just disappears.
What?
And that's the most frustrating part because it's like, that's it? Mm-hmm. Like, and there's a lot of hearsay of like, oh, it's because she's going to be the memory of their childhood. She's going to be something that you don't want to touch, you don't want to alter because that's just a memory of their childhood. Almost to say that it was like an imaginary friend.
What?
Right? So I'm like, no, but she was, where did she go? So obviously the kids, the boys, how they're all friends is because they connect through the D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons. So they're all playing Dungeons and Dragons in Will's basement. Mm-hmm. I believe it's Mike's. I'm sorry. And Mike kind of ends his storyline with at the same time playing Dungeons and Dragons, and he answers the question of where's Elle. So in prior seasons, he has told Elle that after all this happens, that they're going to move far, far away to this beautiful place where there's 3 waterfalls, and they're going to have the happily ever after. So in the Dungeons and Dragons, role play, he tells the group that's where she's at. And they kind of show her in like a imaginary kind of dream like vision that she's in that place with the 3 waterfalls, and like everyone starts crying.
Oh shit.
So you can't tell if that's really where she's at or if they're just okay with that type of closure, whether it's true or not. So that uncertainty pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, did she or did she not die? Because there's a whole bunch of like, oh, well, there's going to be more to it. Like they're going to put her in a spinoff or something, you know? But it's super frustrating. I'll say that.
Okay, so the other day I walked by in the living room when they were watching it, and I was like, "Oh, you guys are watching the new Stranger Things Volume 2, right, or something?"
Yeah.
Volume 2, and they were like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, I walked faster just because I didn't want to like, see any spoilers yet because I still got to go back and watch the other one."
Yeah.
But then when I started seeing all the memes come out, I was like, "What the F?" So now I'm kind of glad that I didn't watch it because I'd probably be same thing, disappointed. No, but like one thing I do want to say is like how everybody's complaining about like how dude like the vibes that it was giving was that it should have just ended a while back. Right?
Yeah, I agree. 100% I agree.
Yeah.
And I do want to point out that I want to give the actress or the character Nancy Wheeler her freaking flowers. Which this is the girl that everyone's comparing to Rambo. I don't know if you've seen those memes. It's the girl with the curly hair, and oh my God, I love her. So she was she was in there with the guns and the straps, and she was like, she did great this season. I loved her character. I've always loved her character, and if they're talking about a spinoff and it's going to be focused on her, so hopefully that's true. But 9 times out of 10, spinoffs aren't really that successful, Yeah. But I'm rooting for her. I loved her character, and she was just a bad bitch. Like she was great. Yeah, she gave you that 90s look. I mean, 90s, 80s look where the storyline took place.
Yeah.
Amazing.
See, so me being an 80s baby, that's why I got into the whole Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. But then, like I said, now how everybody's like complaining about it, I'm like, oh, I don't want it to get ruined for me. So my tattoo artist that I hadn't seen him in a while, right? And then but he's my OG tattoo artist. He's the one that did the moon. Oh. He did my neck, like he did he did the majority of my tattoos. He was my tattoo artist for like years. Shout out IBH Inc. He hit me up the other day and he was like, "Hey bro, are you still making dolls?" Yeah, I'm still making them. I was like, I haven't made one in a while, but yeah. So he sent me the picture of 11 from the season 1. From the season 1 with the short hair.
And the pink dress.
And the jean jacket.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Hey bro, can you make this?" And I was like, "Oh dude, I've been there and done that. Like I made that before."
Yep.
So I was like, "Yeah, man, I can make it." I was like, "I haven't made it in a while. But I know I made her before. I can't find any pictures of her. I'm gonna try to see if I can find any pictures of her." But so he was like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "If you can make one, I was like, "Cool." So I'm gonna be making that for him soon. Yeah. But even he wanted the old version.
Yeah.
Even he wanted the season 1 version, season 2 version. Specifically, the picture he sent me was season 1, which is the one I made before, right?
Yes.
It was for you or Ali?
Yeah, I think it was for Ali.
For Ali, yeah.
But he had got me a lot of stuff from 11 too for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
Back in season 1. So yeah, this is like 9 years ago, dude. Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, we watched these kids grow up. And okay, I'm gonna make it a little kind of weird, It's crazy how like sometimes you start off a series or something with like your significant other, and then you're no longer with them, so you're kind of like, I don't want to see this. But then you're just like, whatever, I'm gonna watch it. That was my dilemma this year. I was like, I'm not gonna watch it, and it's not because it's like there's a connection to it. It's just like I'm good. Like I don't need it. I don't need the closure. But no, I wanted to watch it. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it.
That happens a lot to couples. Yeah. If you guys are watching this and that ever happened to you, let us know what show y'all were watching with your ex. Let us know what show you started watching with your toxico, and then y'all broke up and you're like, "Oh, F that ish."
That show. Yeah.
For me, do you want to hear one of mine? Mine, I have a few, right? But one was Sons of Anarchy. And then 2, it was True Blood, the vampire one, because it was, vampires. Yeah. Anything vampires, man, that's my ish. So those are 2 shows that was like how you said, like, hey, you better not watch it without me. You better. And if you watch it without him, that's an argument. I'm about to hit you with the car when I get home. That's one of those. But yeah, Sons of Anarchy and True Blood for me.
Dude, mine's was I'm about to pull myself. Peaky Blinders and Stranger Things. That was the thing. So that sucked, but it's okay. Like I watched it.
Dude, so I got a side story of Peaky Blinders because I put so many BZs onto Peaky Blinders. It was Peaky Blinders, Penny Dreadful, and The Witcher. And there's like a few other ones that I put BZs on that is the opposite. I know that when they watch it, they're like, oh, pinche brujo. Oh, pinche brujo.
Punch in the air.
Yeah, it's like, I know they just want to shame me every time they see me. And every time they watch one of those shows.
And you know what's funny? So in the Stranger Things, there is a character. There's a character called Erika, too.
Oh, what?
So I'm like, I know that motherfucker's watching it like,
dude.
He gonna cry in the car.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. See? For me, Peaky Blinders, because of how they dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Those of you that know me, y'all know what I mean. And speaking of Peaky Blinders, I just seen somebody make a meme. We're not gonna get into politics, but you know how everything is going on with like a certain country going to another country to pick up their president.
Yeah.
Somebody made a meme of that. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but it's basically Tommy Shelby going up to his brothers and he's like, no fighting, and it shows the flag of each country. And then when one walks by him and has the face of a certain president, he's like, hey, he throws.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Yeah,
because that's the best scene.
Yeah, but yeah, so only Peaky Blinders fans would know about that, and but that's a crazy situation. So we're not gonna get too much into that one.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, no, definitely, Stranger Things. Like I said, going back to the old seasons, me as an '80s baby, you know what scene I really love from Stranger Things as one of the like 1 and 2 seasons was when Billy, I think it was Billy.
Yeah.
He was the lifeguard.
Yeah.
He was the lifeguard. Oh, yeah. Dude, that reminds me of the '80s a lot. Yeah. I'm not even gonna say too much about that, but
dude,
because I know it's a kid's show and I know my nieces are probably watching it. But yeah. So
no, dude, his character was, I think it was super underrated.
Yeah.
His character, with the Mama Wheeler. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I liked about that actor was that he was in the new Power Rangers, the Power Rangers reboot. Mm-hmm. And guess who the Yellow Ranger was on there? The Yellow Power Ranger.
Becky G.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he was on the Power Rangers with No, I'm looking at him like, lucky ass fool. I wish I would have been the Red Ranger right there. Next to Becky G.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I like him as an actor. And then obviously on there, and he was dealing with all the MILFs and stuff. That's reminds me of.
And you know what's crazy? There's a lot of throwback like little memes.
Yeah.
Where going back to the dating scene where it's super, you know, these guys are a little sassy, a little feminine. Yeah. So when Nancy took over the last season and she's over here with the guns looking like Rambo, and her little boys that were so obsessed with her and loved her so much let her handle that shit on her own. They put him in the meme and saying like, oh, he would never. See,
that's what I'm talking about.
He was a manly man.
That's what I'm talking about. They should have put a Brujo right there.
I'm telling you. And these two boys, which is Steve and Nancy's boyfriend, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. But they were both going back and forth trying to get her attention. And she's over here fucking guns loaded and like ready to fight. And they're like, but I want her. No, but I want her. And they're like, dude, she's trying to fight. You know? Her little sister's in the upside down. Yeah. And then when she handled it, and then, you know, people on the internet inserted
Billy, yeah.
When he took over, you know, the Demogorgon and protected Elle, and they're like, he would have never done that to you, Nancy. Yeah. I'm like, dude.
See, like one of my favorite scenes, like obviously, like I said, the pool scene off the hook, that definitely reminds me of myself. But then because of the MILFs, but then when he goes to when he knocks on the door. And he's like, oh, I didn't know she had a sister.
Yeah.
And the ladies. Yeah. And then
I was even like, oh, why am I blushing?
Yeah. See, so he was representing for us when he was out there.
Dude, yeah, he was dope.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of times when I watched Stranger Things, the reason it caught my attention is because of the paranormal side of it. So I look at it with like the eyes of a brujo, you know. So I definitely want to make like a video talking about, you know, certain things I noticed. I've told you about them before, but I want to make like a video of like not just Stranger Things, but like different movies and shows that have certain paranormal things that people don't really catch unless they know.
Yeah.
Unless they know like what to look for.
Yeah. Another thing about Stranger Things too that I keep I also want to shout out the iconic scene of Eddie doing Master of Puppets, a Metallica song when he was, you know, when he ended up dying. But so do you remember that?
No.
It was, I believe, two seasons ago, or where Eddie, he's the one that's like the rocker dude, and he's like doing the Metallica song. And he ends up sacrificing himself to protect the kids.
What the? Is it the guy that's in the Fantastic Four movie now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
So he actually, a lot of people don't know this, so I'm gonna give him his flowers. He actually played the guitar himself. It was not sampled. It was not. They weren't just using the original song. He went and practiced the solo guitar part and handled that. So much so that even Metallica put him on stage so he can do that in front of millions of people, or thousands of people. But so shout out Eddie. You know, R.I.P. him in the Stranger Things. And Dusty Bun ended up giving him his flowers too when he graduated. So everyone got graduated at this last finale. And he did exactly what Eddie wanted to do prior to him passing away on the season. So he flipped off the principal and turned shit up. So shout out Dusty Bun.
Shout out. No, I'm definitely gonna have to catch up, man. I'm definitely gonna have to catch up.
But like I said, like a 7 out of 10.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. No, for sure. Just judging by the memes that I've been seeing, I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. But once I watch it, catch up, I'm gonna come back and give my rating. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows, real quick, you guys heard it here first. You guys heard it on Sacaladoras first. So there's a new Dracula show. I think it's a show or a movie coming up. I think it's like Dracula, a love story or a love tale or something like that. I'm gonna look up the thing and post it right here. But there's already memes going on about it. If you guys know us, you guys know I've been talking about Dracula since like episode 1. I've been a Dracula fan, vampire fan. So that's going to be a good show. It's going to come out right before Valentine's Day. So get your boo thing, get your, you know, lovers and friends, you know.
Hey.
Let them know Brujo did it again. No, but yeah, so that's going to be a good show. Especially if you like I said, those gothic romantic movies like the recent Frankenstein one. I mentioned it here first, and then all of a sudden, as soon as it comes out, everybody's posting memes and shit. But it's like that Dracula Untold. If you like any of those that I'll be mentioning on here, if you like Penny Dreadful, any of that, you're definitely gonna love this new Dracula show. But just remember, you heard it here first. All right, guys. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Drinking a beatbox. Cheers. Shout out to the first episode of the year. We're missing Afiliado. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.